ladies, it's your girl AyChristene, and happy Halloween. Oh my goodness. So, last week, just kind of retracking there, because I was like, last week, blah, 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 I was going to say it all wrong, this is not what I meant to say. I reacted to his Halloween, TheOdd1sOut Halloween trick-or-treating video, and everybody in the comments was like, why didn't you react to his latest video, watch the latest video. So that's what we're doing today. Side note, I reacted to the trick-or-treat thing on like Thursday, and then he released this Subway video on like Saturday, I want to say. Yeah, the 19th, which was like Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. And then I posted this Sunday. So that's how everything kind of went. So today we're checking it out. This is Sooubway 4, the final sandwich. I wonder if this is like the last in his Sooubway series, if this is the last story he has. I think we've only checked out a couple. I don't even think I've checked out the rest. So if this is number 4, I think I might have checked out 2, possibly. And then I'm just missing one. Maybe. You guys will let me know. You guys can clarify down below for me. But yes, I'm excited. Plus, I went to Sooubway last week. I did. I like their food. I do. And their cookies. I mostly like their cookies. Their food's good too. But anyways, link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out, along with the link for my merch. Get you some, get you some. Let's get started. Oh, also, if you have a Halloween suggestion for me, or a react suggestion at all, let me know down below in the comment section.
Guys, buy my card game. It's at Target.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right, here's the video now.
Oh.
Sooubway will always hold a special place in my empty heart. Not because I have fond memories working there, but because some of you really liked it when I talked about working there. And I made buckets with those videos compared to what I was making at Sooubway, which was nice. Apparently, I was hashtag relatable enough to connect with millions of people, and it took my channel to where it is today.
Oh, that would be creepy. Look, the fact that he took the picture, he took the selfie, right? And then he looks at it and there's like mad people behind him.
Millions of people. And it took my channel to where it is today. Yay. And then less than 2 weeks later, I made a part 2 to that video, and I struck an even bigger chord with people.
Who likes the sequel better than the original?
People think that I use the word Sooubway in my videos so I wouldn't get sued. This is not true. I wasn't successful enough to get sued. They had other problems to deal with at the time. I called it Sooubway for a joke.
What's up, man? Mistakes. Child for a sandwich. Oh, Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Jerry, you creepy mofo, Jerry.
In my first video, I said, I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Sooubway.
So
I was making you think that I worked at an unknown place, and then I subverted your expectations by saying I worked at Sooubway. But now at this point in my career, I am calling my previous place of employment Sooubway because I don't want to get soobed. The most requests I get for a video is Sooubway Part 4. But I never really considered making another one because I don't work there anymore. I have no new stories to talk about the place. But something happened recently. And I do want to talk about it. You see, the Sooubway I used to work at closed down. And I am so deeply upset at this news that the only way for me to cope is to make one last video about it. So this story happened a couple of years after I quit working at Sooubway. I was behind on a video, so that meant I was in a mentally damaging mindset called crunch mode, and I had been working all day, and I started getting hungry, and I still hadn't taken Floof on a walk, so I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and eat Floof. Just kidding. I decided to take Floof on a walk to my local Sooubway. And before I entered the store, I picked up Floof and held her in my arms, because I'm not a psychopath. I know taking your dog into a restaurant is tacky and a health code violation, but this is a Sooubway we're talking about. I know how laid back it is here. There are no rules or health codes. One time when I was working at my Sooubway, this 10-year-old kid came in wearing a swimsuit and literally nothing else. And he was unsupervised. He didn't want a sandwich, all he wanted was a cookie, but this kid wasn't wearing shoes or a shirt. The 2 things you need to get service at a restaurant. So did I tell the shirtless delinquent to get lost? No, he had money, so I did business with him. I don't discriminate against shirtless people. Look, his mom was probably at the grocery store next door, and he just got done with swimming lessons, and he said something like, "Mother, I would be most grateful if you let me consume a pastry with high levels of sugar and simple carbohydrates." And his mom probably said, Yeah, whatever, nerd. Go get something at Sooubway.
Why did you
So
call
the
him a
point
nerd?
of this
What
story
is
is to
the
let
belly
you know
button on
that
this
I was
kid?
the kind of employee who, as long as you were willing to pay for your food, didn't care what you were wearing or what health code you were violating. This is a gosh darn Sooubway. So I walk in with Floof, and it's
Martini.
completely empty, by the way. Seems like I'm the only one in this town that even likes Sooubway.
Oh, wow.
And the
Everybody's
worker,
like, "Ugh."
aka the only other person in the store, said, "Is that a service animal?" Floof's not a service animal. Unless the service you want is someone to chew up all your stuff and bark at
like, hey,
everyone.
oh,
But
yeah.
she still emotionally supports me. When I
So,
tell her,
okay.
I want to
So
die
you
alone,
said yes.
she tries to make me feel better by licking the inside of my nose. But I didn't want to lie to this guy about Floof's emotional support status, because if I said yes and he said prove it, I would be in trouble. So like the emotionally stable
Well,
enough to not
they
need a
would just tell you
dog
to get
person
out.
that I am, I
You
said,
can't get arrested.
no. And he said, she can't be in here. If the health inspector came in, they would fire me on the spot.
Oh,
Which, like,
dear.
geez, dude, you're gonna let the health inspector treat you like
That
that?
man is
Stand
labeled all
up for
the
yourself
food.
once in a while. So I said, okay, I'll leave. Yeah, there are other restaurants in walking distance,
True.
Sooubway guy.
True.
The ramen place lets me order with Floof in my arms all the time.
Oh,
I
that's good.
know this because I've already been there twice
Frequent
this week, and the
customers.
only reason I'm even getting Sooubway is because I don't want the ramen employees thinking that I'm a weird guy who brings my non-emotional support dog everywhere.
Aw,
You
but that's
missed
okay.
out, Sooubway. Do you know who I am? I used to work here. And then the guy called my bluff. He said, wait, we can make it fast.
Oh.
As fast as Jimmy John's? This kid's standing up for himself. I'm proud of him.
That's good,
I knew
that's good.
exactly what to tell him. I want a foot-long ham sandwich on Italian bread with American cheese. I know that's the
Okay.
hardest cheese to pull apart with gloves on, but whatever.
I
He
know,
sped
he
run
knows the
putting on the
pain.
meat and cheese, and then he asked me, what kind of vegetables? And in my mind, I went, hold on. You didn't ask me if I wanted it
Toasted,
toasted.
right.
I see what you're doing.
Right.
You're trying to get this sandwich finished as quickly as possible,
Yes.
so you're not even going to ask me if I want it toasted,
Toasted,
and hope
right.
I forgot. Well, it's okay, because I didn't want it toasted, but I'm onto you. And then Floof jumped over the...
That's like, that'd be the case though, bruh. Like, don't not ask me for whatever reasons. Ask me and I'll tell you yes or no. I can get like that at times too. I feel like sometimes I can relate to a lot of the things that he says sometimes. Or I would say a lot of the things. Yeah, a lot of things sometimes that made no sense, that was not said correctly. But nonetheless, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all watch the videos. Y'all know how many times I agree and how many times I disagree. So why we acting like you don't already know? Nonetheless, even though he didn't want it toasted, ask him if he wants it toasted. You know, don't skimp on it. You decided you was going to do it, just do it, bruh. But I also understand the guy's thing. He's like, okay, let me hurry up because I don't want to get in trouble. You know, I don't fault the guy. It's a dog, so I don't fault the guy.
the counter, peed on the olives, and bit the guy in the jugular.
Oh my!
And then licked the
goodness.
inside of his nose.
He's so
Some people
caring.
take their job way too
So
seriously.
caring.
Well, at least some
Okay.
Sooubway workers are more laid back like me. Like this one time not too
It's like
long
in the
ago, I went
freezer?
back to the Sooubway I used to work at, and I didn't recognize any of the people there. But someone
good.
did get recognized in that store. Me.
Oh,
One of the workers
snap.
said, "Are you the guy that made the cartoon about working here?"
Oh,
and I
wow.
said, "Yeah."
He
and then I decided
knows.
to make his job interesting by telling him, "Hey kid,
What?
this is the place." What?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
where it all happened, kid. These floors are the very same floors that I used to mop.
Oh, did you tell him?
You missed a spot over there. And this
Oh.
kid lost all 6 of his olives. Okay, I don't use my fame to
true,
get into
true.
places I'm not supposed to.
No.
Usually. But this kid was so excited, and I used to work
That's-
here, so I asked him,
It's fun.
"Can I go in the back?" Which is probably breaking a bajillion
Oh, yeah,
health code
every rule. You
violations,
don't
but
work
this kid
anymore.
didn't care. He let me in. It had been
That's
3
cool,
years
though.
since I had been back there, and literally nothing had changed. I don't know if any of you have ever moved out of your parents' house, and then
Yes.
3 years later you went back to visit and saw your childhood bedroom, but it was
Well,
that sort of feeling. The
we
chip
didn't stay
boxes
in
were
one
still in the
place too
same
long.
place. Inside the freezer, all the food was pretty much where I left it,
What's
and the
with the-
bulletin board had all the same papers. One of the papers was a
okay.
list of all the employees with their names and phone numbers, and that list was so old that it still had all of my old coworkers' names and numbers, and
And
it even
then his-
had my own name and numbers
Oh.
still on the sheet. It had been
Oh.
crossed out, but I still went, "Ah!" and
Yeah.
I punched it out with a pencil.
Oh.
Maybe that's how my phone number got leaked. And then I thought,
Oh, did his
I
number get
wonder if
leaked?
the other number is still here.
You see
In
it
the
says
very
rush
back of the
listing,
room,
rush
there was
light
this
indicator.
desk, and I got down on the gross, unmopped floor, and I
Ew.
scooted underneath the desk, and
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's still here.
What?
When I used to work there, one of my coworkers found this store's Wi-Fi password and wrote it down on the bottom side of the desk so then everyone could watch Netflix instead of work.
That is
And the
hilarious.
employee had no idea it was there, and he typed it into his phone, and it still worked.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
don't tell people that I told you this, I said. We can't let anyone know this secret.
This is our secret.
But then the place closed down, so now no one can get in
Oh,
trouble.
that's
Anyways,
true.
I'm gonna
That's also
miss
true.
that place. It was gross, and I didn't love working there, but in
Was
the
there
end,
a rat
it was
in the
the
cheese?
most
Is that a
memorable
real
job
thing?
I had as a teenager.
I didn't see
As
all
it
the
was the
stories.
only other job that I had. It
First and
formed
last
a
job.
good work ethic, I made new friends, and I even got to eat free food sometimes.
Yeah, that's
but now I
good.
might get sued for this video, so we'll see what happens. So now every time I walk into
Cease and desist.
Sooubway with my non-service animal, a little part of me will be sad that my old Sooubway is in ruins. Okay, maybe it's not in ruins, but they'll probably turn it
It's
into a
gone.
nail salon or something. Nothing lasts
Like,
forever, so
how do you get
it's
his
time to
nails
give
done?
Sooubway a proper burial.
I can, like, oh, okay, hold on. Where, oh. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Is he about to, oh, he's eating a sandwich? It's too hard. It's too hard. Don't you live in Arizona? How is he wearing a thermal in Arizona? Oh, goodness. Was it nasty? You just threw it on the ground? Okay. Oh, so he's not going to finish the sandwich. Okay. He's just too sad. Too sad. Oh, is he going to bury the sandwich? I think he's going to go. Wait, or is he just walking away? This is a good little short film, you know, at the end with the music and the transitioning to the music. I love it. Throw it away. Pick it up. Throw it away. Pick it up. Like the cry. That is so on par with like sad movies. Like when they're burying something or someone or something, there's a moment while they're digging that they just stop and then they just cry out to the world. It's sad in those movies, but the fact that he did it, I'm like, that is such a trope. That is such a trope. They do it. I didn't think about it until you did it, but the whole like, they just yell out this like cry, this wail of a cry when they're burying something or someone that they, loved. And now they're on the knees. They drop on the knees. Okay, that was a very shallow situation there. A little, that's actually, I think of something super sad with that. So you done good. You done good, kid. Now, I'm a crazy paranoid. I'm like, you gotta take that stick out of the ground because someone trip and fall, then bam, that's it, they're dead. I know, I'm crazy. You may make the sandwich, but the sandwich you eat makes you who you are. Albert Einstein. Oh my. What's he doing? Oh, Spike. Spike in the sandwich. That is so funny. That was so funny. So the place closed down, and he has no more stories. Like he said, he has no more stories about when he was working there because he told pretty much all his stories, and he's done working there now. One thing I do admire is it's very a huge notable difference in his art style and I guess detail in art before versus now. Like you could see it a lot now, how more detailed his artwork is, the animation, all of that stuff. I know he has a team that helps with like coloring and different things, here and there, but I think that everybody who did it, you can see the progression, like seeing the art style improve and the artwork itself improve. And so I think that's really, really cool to be a part of that journey in some type of way in regards to visually seeing it. I didn't help it happen. I just, noticed it happen. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, I loved it. I love the stories of it. It reminds me of like when he's talking about when he was in high school and that's the job he worked. I thought of like my job, like Burger King. I freaking loved working at Burger King. And then I hated it and then I quit because it, I got older and people were just dumb. People are just so freaking dumb sometimes. And you just gotta be like, okay, I'm leaving, never to come back again. That's what you gotta do sometimes. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. I had Subway last week, and I'm not gonna lie, it's making me think about wanting to have Subway today. You know, because I really like their sandwiches. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Did it remind you of a school job that you had? And then I like thinking also, I remember driving by that Burger King to see if it was still open, and I cannot remember because I did it when I, like after high school when I was in college, and I drove by there because I had to go back in town to get my high school diploma or something like that. I had to get something. I don't know why I went back there, but I did. And I drove past there because I purposely wanted to see if it existed still, and I cannot remember if it's still there or not. So, you know, I could be sad, but I could be happy because I can't remember. So I'm just whatever. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support The Odd Ones Out and everyone who works on the video. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddies. Toodles!